Let's try this and see if we can ever, it's not going to be good, but it'll work. We're back on iMac. I tell you, we've had so many problems with these lapel mics, so clearly I don't even need this thing on. Can you guys hear me now? Hopefully, I'm just going to scream, but since the Mac is across the way, sounds like it's back on. So I'm so sorry. It wouldn't be a Thursday night without like major issues, frankly. So I'm going to get to a few things. Thanks for joining. Hopefully now you can hear me. We're going to talk about a lot of different things tonight. I'm going to do a couple of different examples of how to do the bows. We are in that week of our sew along for Christmas doing Lella Boutique's Wrap It Up, and I am pumped about this because I've got a couple of different ways to show you how to do the stitched corners, so the flip, stitch, and flip. So but first I really wanted to come on and say a big thank you to I'm going to try to talk about this without crying, frankly, but I had one of our listeners reach out this week, Jennifer and John Douglas from the Threaded Bobbin, and they had heard from one of you guys, one of our listeners, and had heard the podcast about me just dying over John. John is in the room. John from Art East. Hello, John. His quilt that I've been dying over. I wanted to do the Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Captain Hook. It's been killing me. But you know, when we start a business and you start out, you know, fresh, and you got to watch your P's and Q's and your P and L's. And I just was like, okay, right now may not be the time for me to do that. They reached out, and a listener had reached out to them and wanted to gift that to me. And so I have been kind of overwhelmed with that all week since they told me this. And so I just cannot thank them enough for this, because I have wanted this so badly, and it has been killing me. So anyway, thank you to Jennifer and John Douglas from the Threaded Bobbin, and they are an online shop. They understand small business and, you know, doing our best to get out there and do things. So thank you to them. Give them business if you can. That would be awesome. We love our quilt shops, and so, but I really, really cannot thank them enough. This is just a super, super big treat. So I'm going to get to join along and sew that quilt, because I've been dying to get my hands on that. So anyway, thank you to them first. We're going to talk about bow assembly tonight, and I'm going to get started. So of course you guys should have already starched all your fabric. We should have been cutting all of our fabric. We're now ready to start piecing. I'm going to tell you a little funny joke. Not a really funny joke, but a funny thing that happened. So I was at Quilt Retreat. Here's my biggest tip on sewing these bows. Do not, number one, don't sew these bows while your friends are around and distracting you. Number two, don't sew these bows if you've had a little bit of wine. Number three, don't sew these bows if it is past 2 a.m. Because I can't tell you how many times I ripped these out, and you'll see this because my bows look good, but you can tell they've been ripped about 1 million times. So John, you want to show me, give me the overhead here. Okay, these, I got all my bows finished, but as you can see, there are some horrendous, like horrible threading. Like, I've got to go in and trim all of those threads. They're just, oh my gosh, they're so terrible. I'll tell you what I did wrong. The first time I sewed, I had it all set out, but I did not set them out like I normally do, which was problem number one. And I'm going to show you the things to do instead of the things I did. I sewed it like this. I sewed them together like this, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. So I had to rip. Then I was like, no, I've got to have the little middle part. So I had the middle part, then I laid them all out, and I thought, oh yes, I've got all of them laid out. I'm going to get them all put together, and I matched them up. But unfortunately, what I did was I matched the middle fabric with the fabrics of the bow, which was just, I don't know what I was doing. I'm telling you, wine and after 2 a.m. and friends, though, that combination of three is terrible. So I had to rip it again. I had to rip all of it. And so they're finally right, but you can see, look at all these horrible little threads. Look at this. This is so awful. Ugh. This is not my best work. So, anyway, I'm going to show you, told you what not to do. I'm going to show you a couple of options of what to do. So, I would do this the right way the next time. So, I've got kind of a sample piece here. I would take them all out and I would stack them up like this and get them ready to piece so that they're ready to go and they're all stacked the way it's supposed to go. That's what I should have done, and I did not do. So I'm going to show you a couple of different options on the flip on these little corners. So the first option I'm going to show you, if you have this is that small piece. Let's see, I think it's end piece, yes. So this is the end piece. Traditionally, I'm going to give you a little hint. You see this is, I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, that's better. This patterned fabric is kind of going sideways, right? Well, in order for it all to stay the same way, this actually needs to be up and down, because when you go to stitch and flip it, it's going to go sideways. So that's just a key thing to remember when you do stitch and flip. Sometimes we forget, like, oh, if I'm going to try to get all my patterns to match, all of it going in the right direction, if it's directional. But you don't have to, who cares? Nobody really cares about that except for weirdos like me. So I'm going to show you a couple of different options. So like I said, you're going to want to do it up and down. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to draw. So you could draw diagonally, or you could use the diagonal seam tape. But you can see there, I've kind of got that little diagonal drawn, and you would use this on your corner and sew it like that, which is the traditional method to do. So I'm going to do that real quick and show you how to do that, and then we'll put this down. And so for this, I would switch out my foot to just a normal open-toed foot that does not have a guard. It makes it a little bit easier to stitch. And you could pin it. I just don't. Or you could use acorn glue, which I love, love, love. But I don't have the glue handy tonight, so I'm just going to stitch this, and you just stitch this on the line. And then we trim off that 1/4 inch off of the end from the seam. Just like that. And then you'd flip it. And there you see you have that really pretty pattern. So I'm going to let me move this over here. So now you can kind of see that that is going the same direction as the rest of those patterns. So the other way to do this, which I love, is you'll line it up just like so. And then you can use my friend Doug, my good friend Doug, his folded corners, simple folder. This is the mini simple folded corners ruler, okay? And if you have this, you already know. But if you don't, this is a great tool to add to your arsenal. You're gonna what you're gonna do is line up the edge of that top piece of the folded, what you're gonna stitch and flip, with the first dark line, okay? And that says right there, so I'm gonna line it up with that first. I need to get right on top of it so I know where I'm at. And then you cut both of them at the same time, okay? So you cut that corner off. And now all you're gonna have to do is you can keep your guided, I don't know what they call this, 1/4 inch piecing foot that has the guide on it. You can keep that in place. Now here I probably would pin, just because I just probably would. But now you can just stitch it as normal, and you don't have to sit there and stitch and flip everything. It's just perfect. I love my friend Doug for coming up with that beautiful, oh, and look what I did. This is what I do. I just did it just the same. Look at this. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. I need new fabric. I'm going to finish it. Which I'm probably not going to finish it. Let's just be real. I just will do the other side and I'll do it later because you'll see it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sew these together. I got too excited about using Doug's ruler. But you can sit and do that all night long. So we put these two pieces together, and that was the, oh my gosh, M and I. And then we'll piece those together. This is correct. Heavens to Betsy. And we've got our grand dog here tonight. Our grand dog is here a lot. He might as well just move in. And then we're going to put this piece on the outside. We'll stitch this to the end. And then you would just repeat this on the other end. So there you go. So pretty. So you don't want to see this. You don't want to see this because that was not correct. So do this one correctly using either method, either with the draw diagonal if you don't have Doug's ruler, or use Doug's ruler because it makes it super fun and easy. Okay, so that's it. You're going to do this 36 times. You're going to be better than me. I see myself twice. But hey, 2's better than 1, right, John? That's what you told me anyway. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, so if you've got questions, drop them in the chat. I'll answer those. But this part, super simple. You're just going to chain piece this. And what I would do is, like I said, I would stack these all up. Just go one after the other. Just chain piece. And then you will literally have these done in just relatively a few hours. This is not a very complicated part of the task. So, but if you're here tonight and you did not get a kit and you're still dying to join us and you want to use this fabric, my sweet friend Abby Latimer from Latimer Quilts, she is Camille Ross Kelly's long armor. She has a lot of Camille's quilts. She messaged me and she's like, hey, I can help you guys out. I've got that fabric. So if you are still wanting a kit and you didn't get a kit, she's going to open this up. She's going to start cutting them tomorrow. She is so fast. I don't know how she cuts that fast, but she'll cut up all the kits tomorrow. She'll get those shipped out to you very fast. So it's $129 plus shipping. And if you still want that, you are more than welcome to do that. John, will you hit the slideshow 3 button, and that way over to the left, you know what I'm talking about? Slideshow 3. Or 2, sorry, whatever that is. This is her logo, so you'll know you're in the right place. So if you still want a kit, it's $129 plus shipping. Go grab your kit and join the fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're not that far in, so you're not missing anything. Okay, you can go back to, well, there we go. Producer John is back tonight. Thank goodness, and we're doing good. Let's see. Oh, we also recorded the podcast this week. New episode coming out Saturday morning, and it's a really good one. Okay. Let's see. I had a few other things I wanted to remind you guys of.
Just showing your card.
You just showed my card?
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Don't do that. That's rude. Okay. A couple of things. I am long arming now. Everything is opened up. If you still want me to long arm anything that you've got out there, let me know. You can send me a DM or you can fill out my form on lesliequilts.com. I'm accepting quilts as of now. So if you have long arming that needs to be done, I would love to long arm for you. So send it my way. If you have multiple quilts, I had somebody ask me earlier, she was like, are you taking, let me know when you open it up for more, because she was just going to send one, but she had others, and I'm like, no, just go ahead and send them all, because then you'll be in line and you will only pay shipping once, right? So I don't want you paying shipping more than once. Also, my friends at the Sewing House, which guys know I love Jennifer at Sewing House. She's got the horn tables, the 7600. If you're interested in that, that is still going where she's going to provide the free mat. You just have to use the discount code Leslie free mat, and when you check out. But that's on the Horn 7600. Go check that out at the Sewing House. And then t-shirts. I've had, oh my gosh, so many of you asking about t-shirts, and we did get those. Oh, my grandbabies are watching. Hi, Lila. Hi, Lincoln. Hi, Landy Lou. I love you girls and boy. They are my precious ones, and they love watching Gigi. So Gigi loves you. We were talking about lots of grandbabies earlier, John. Isn't that funny? Everybody's having grandbabies. I saw all of that in the chat, but when my grandbabies get to watch me, I always stop and say hello. John held up a sign that said grandbabies are watching you. So you kids should be in bed. So go to bed. I love you. So t-shirts, quilting t-shirts. I've got quilt retreat shirts and quilt club shirts now out there. So you're welcome to grab one of those. And then also the Sewing House. Again, she had only, I think, 10 kits left of the Elizabeth Hartman kit that was just to die for. Everybody was oohing and awing over it at Quilt Market. But she's giving away a free canvas tote bag, and it's like a big canvas tote bag with that one, so check that out as well. And I think I hit on everything I wanted to hit on. I did quilt up my Harriet's Journey. Oh my gosh. And I got brave because Abby and I had been chit-chatting about different pantos and pantographs, if you're not familiar with what that is. But I thought, ooh, I'm going to get really brave and try one that really is more intermediate. And, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I spent most of my afternoon making myself crazy. But it's like those moments where you learn so much stuff that you're like, oh my gosh, it's so good that I'm doing this with my quilt, because I understand, like, oh, that's how that's going to work going forward. So I got brave too, because I pieced the backing, and if you didn't see that, you're going to see that here in a minute. So, John, you want to go slideshow? Oh, okay. Speaking of grandbabies, this was the only one I have of the grandbabies this week, I think. This is Landon. She's obsessed with her papa. That is John in the middle, where in his traditional Arkansas gear. Landy Lou, she loves her papa. He is her favorite. And we cannot blame her because he's great. Okay, I did get a new chair. I love my horn chair for sewing, but this company sent me this chair, and I'm trying it out. I'm going to give you some feedback on it. So far, I really, really like it. I like it mostly for business, but I'm going to try it out for sewing as well, so that you guys can get an honest understanding of how this works, because it's like ergonomically created for a female body, which is really fascinating to me. It's got lumbar support. The seat slides back and forth, so it's a perfect width for you, or depth, I guess I should say. The arms, they have arms, but they flip up, so you can have it armless or with arms, which I love that feature. Let me see, what else does it do? Oh, the arms go up and down, so it can be exactly to where you want it. It has a head rest on it, which is so nice when I'm tired and I just want to lean back and relax a bit. But it also has a footstool that's integrated, which is insane to me. I just don't even understand how any of that happens. But it does also go up and down, so you can get the perfect height. So I will give you a full review on this when I've had plenty of time to sit in it and enjoy it. But so far, it's pretty amazing. So if I really, really do love it, I will make sure to link it and give you guys information on how to get it if you're interested. So,
How much time does it take to load a quilt on a long arm?
how much time does it take to load a quilt on a long arm? It depends on the size of the quilt. I would say typically it could take 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on the size. So that's a great question.
And are you feeling pretty comfortable with it now?
Oh
You
yeah.
seem to be, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I was excited because today I was supposed to be in Kansas City visiting with my friend Angela Walters, who is, the queen of long arming. And, but I will fill you in on why I did not get to do that. I'm going next week though. So I did follow up with her and she says next week's great. Okay, let's go to the next. Oh, I do have a picture of the grandbabies, all of them, including my big child. I hope they're still on here so that they can see this picture. But that's Lila in the middle, and she's the one that picked all of their clothes for church. And this is what they wore to church Sunday. Oh my gosh, but they are a riot. And that's Lincoln on the right and Landon on the left. And then the big kid in the middle is my kid, and that's Logan. So, and there is Papa with her. With his beaming Landy Lou. She obsessed with him. It's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm hoping one day she will be obsessed with Gigi. But this was actually this week. This is Julia. You guys know her. She has been learning how to quilt, and she's actually done 2 quilts. She's on her 3rd, but she was clearly not cutting her fabric correctly because it did not actually. It was not flat. It was like a hat. So she put this on and I was dying. It's because she did not cut it down the middle of the seam. And so we were cracking up. And so that was what she wore until she finished all the rest. But it was so funny. She's a mess. Okay, this is Mackenzie. She finished her first quilt. I'm super proud of her. I don't think her husband watches this. So I felt pretty safe to share her picture. But her quilt turned out chef's kiss, beautiful. I'm so proud of her. She's been coming over for the last 6 weeks to learn how to quilt, and this is the next generation, you guys. And so I'm encouraging her. She had her sister over this week. Now we haven't got Macy yet, quilting yet, but I still think there's hope for Macy. But she is sewing, and that's all that matters. We've got her using sewing machine. But I thought Max, she's been friends with Julia since they were in middle school, and so they're still friends, and now they get to do this. Is so awesome. What's that?
They played volleyball.
They played volleyball together. That's right. Okay, I did patch the backing for Harriet's Journey. And what I did, because I used a bundle, I had a fat quarter bundle that I did Harriet's Journey with. I took all of the leftover fabrics out of that bundle, and I did patchwork for the back because I'm like, I need to be economical here. I can't go buy more fabric for the backing here. So I thought, what can I do? So I made sure everything was square, and then I started piecing it together, kind of like a log cabin or something that you would go in a row and figure out how does it all piece together and can I make it work. But these labels, had a lot of people asking about these labels. They are from Sweetwater, and I love them. They come every month, and they send a different one every month, and I've just got now a bundle of them. And so I pick a new one for every quilt, and I just think that turned out really cute. And that's kind of a zoomed out look at the way it was looking. I ended up adding a few more things up at the top. So I'll show that to you guys probably next week. But I did, I took some of the selvage, and I did the poppy cotton label, and I did Home Sweet Home, and I put 2 other little patches on there so I would remember what fabric designer and which line it was when I used it. So I thought it turned out so fun, and I didn't spend any more money, and I know John's really excited about that. So also, this was the little ghost quilt. This is the kit that came from the sewing house, and I got it in this week. So of course, what did I do? I cut it up and played with the fabrics, and I got that put together today, and I'm ready to get some Minky to go on the back because it needs Minky. I need Minky for the back. Okay. And that's what it looks like now. I got it all pieced today. It's an easy one to do. If she has any left, it wasn't very expensive. It was like $35 for the quilt kit. The book is like $18.99, I think. It was totally worth it because it went together so fast, and I'm going to be able to share this with my grandkids. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Okay, this is what I've been doing over the last week, and I got encouraged by my daughter-in-law Samantha to start working out, and oh my gosh, it is intense. I've been doing, it's called Burn boot camp, and oh my gosh, it's called Burn for a reason because my thighs have been on fire for the last 2 days. And of course, tomorrow is none other than leg day, is what I was told tonight. So, oh my gosh, I probably won't be able to walk Saturday. So this was me working out, and I was kind of proud of myself for actually, we get up really early because we drive about 30 minutes to get there. And class is at 5:30. So we're getting up at like 4:15 to make it on time. And that's a commitment. So, but we're committed to trying to get healthy. Speaking of my daughter-in-law, if she sees this, she'll probably be mad at me, but she is a beast, y'all. She's an athlete. She can really hurt somebody, I think. She is so intensely she's just fantastic. She's just so strong and fit. I have never seen her this fit, and so she's just a great person, but I'm just so proud of all the things that she's doing to stay healthy and keep her fitness going. So, and there's my man. So John was working out too. We got him there. When did we get you there? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
So he was there Tuesday. And were you Tuesday and Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
And so we both go back tomorrow, and he did great. We were both sweating. This was sweating to the oldies, John. Or sweating with the oldies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the kit that's available. I was telling you guys about earlier. This is the one that has the free canvas tote bag, the Elizabeth Hartman one with the sewing house. So go check that out. And I think that might be it. That was a lot of stuff tonight. Oh, do we have any questions or comments, things I need to talk about?
Would you be interested in designing fabric in the future?
Designing fabric in the future. Actually, I am working on that. So I have some skill building I'm working on, and John's probably like, pick a lane, lady, pick a lane. But I've just had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I can show that. This is my first drawing that I did. I wonder if you can show the overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just me working on sketching and kind of getting some thoughts and ideas on paper. I would really like to do something religious, and maybe that's crazy. I don't know, but I feel like some things have been on my heart lately, and we can go to front screen and we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm learning and doing my best, so we'll figure it out and see how it goes. Okay, before we go, I'm going to share with you why I wasn't able to go to see Angela. And are any other questions before I go into this?
Let's see. Are you a dusk or dawn for Peter Pan? I don't know what that means.
A dusk or dawn. Clearly, I am a dawn because there's pink, and honestly, the pink in it, the way that John designed this, which is like blow my mind, amazing. All his stuff's amazing, but the dawn reminds me of an Oklahoma sunset, to be honest, and so I'm super excited about that.
What's the course you're taking
I'm taking the immersion course.
Yeah, for the design fabric.
Also, we were in the chat, and if you don't come to the chat at 6:30, we have lots of ideas that get bounced back and forth between everybody, which is super fun. But we were talking about this pattern that we're doing now for the sew along, and how fun would this be, like in some Tula pink? I have so much Tula pink, it's growing out of my ears. But like, wouldn't this be a fun like birthday quilt? I mean, is it just me? I think this would be so awesome and like to give to somebody for their birthday. So now I'm kind of obsessed with it, and I probably won't be able to get this out of my head until I actually get this like made. So I think that's something I'm going to start working on. I love it, love it, love it. So that's going to be something I work on. Okay, do we get all the questions? If you have any more questions, drop them in. I'm still here. But anyway, the reason I did not get to go to Kansas City, so you may know my dad. I go to Fort Smith a lot to see my dad. We go to his doctor's appointments. He's had lots of pain and things going on, and last week I went down there with him. His PSA score PSA numbers had gone up a little bit. He's had prostate cancer twice in the past. Both times he was able to knock it, which was awesome. The first time was in 2000, which was 25 years ago. Holy moly. The last time was in 2015. He had some pop up on his hip, and they did radiation, and it was done. And he was cancer free. But unfortunately, his PET scan come back, and it's in his lymph node, and he's got a spot on his spine and in his rib. So I am going down there tomorrow. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I'm going down there tomorrow. We're going to visit with his doctor. I am armed with lots of questions and research, because you guys know that I am not going to just sit by and watch anything bad happen to my dad. So I've been on a mission. I've done a lot of research, and so I've got lots of questions ready for his doctor. I am confident that we're going to knock this thing out, and he's going to be around and to see me and his grandkids and his great-grandkids for many more years. But I could really use your prayers, and my daddy really could use your prayers. I called him yesterday, and I try to keep it really cool with him, and he said, I asked him, I said, well, are you worried? And he said, well, wouldn't you be worried? And I'm like, yeah, I would be worried. And so I am a little worried. Sorry. But he's going to get through it. I would really appreciate your prayers. And really getting through tomorrow. He doesn't really, I think he thinks that they can just zap it with radiation and it's all going to be fine. And I hope it's that simple. But I think that we may have a long road to haul, and I'm okay with that. I'm here, and you guys know I talked about this before, but I lost my job a couple months ago, and I knew in that moment. Sorry, I'm being really vulnerable tonight. I had a feeling in my heart that there was a reason, and that there was something coming up that I was going to need to be way more available for. I knew I wanted to start my quilting business. That was something I'd already planned. But I also knew, I just knew something was coming. And so anyway, that's what's going on, people. So forgive me if I'm kind of sporadic. I'm doing my very best. The working out thing is helping me get some clarity. I've been kind of fuzzy and foggy. I've had some brain fog, frankly, and honestly, the working out thing has really been really good for me. So I'm going to try to continue doing that. Sorry, I feel like I'm ending this on a downbeat, so I need to find something fun to talk about. Next week, I'm going to switch it to next week. Okay, next week we are going to be assembling boxes. So don't miss next week. That is going to be steps 5 through 10 in your pattern. So you'll need pieces C, H, E, D, A, G, and B. And then, so you're going to want to get all those pieces gathered up, lay them out on a design board, okay? Because clearly I need to do that. So you might need to do that. You could probably take advantage of my misfortunes. But those will measure out. Once we get those done, those will be 8.5 by 8.5, and I'm really excited to start seeing these all come together as little packages. So, any other questions, John, before we?
No, lots of prayers and are coming from everybody, so we appreciate so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to start seeing some of your bows. Hey, as you complete your bows, post those on Instagram, tag me. I want to just see what you're doing. I would love to see what you're doing, and I'll share those if you want me to. If you don't, you'll have to tell me, because I'm a sharer, obviously. I'm a sharer. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. There's a great community of people here. We get on our chats 30 minutes before we go live every week, and it's super fun. I start seeing the same names coming in, and we're starting to build like these people who we all know each other and we love each other. So come and join the fun, but like and subscribe if you haven't already done that, and ring the bell to notify when we go live so that you can see those things going forward. But I appreciate you guys all very much. We will see you back here next Thursday night. If not, I will let you know for sure. But you guys have a wonderful evening and make something pretty.